Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Big Six Bands YouTube, joined by the gang in the building. Ethan is here, Casey is here, Corey is here, Joe is here as well. Large up to everyone who's tapped in. You know what I'm saying? Months will be back shortly, people, but here I am, you know what I'm saying? Filling in here for pause for months. But large up to everyone that is locked in. Make sure you run up the likes first and foremost. Run up the likes, hit the subscribe button on the channel as well. Premier League is back this weekend. International break is over, so we'll be here discussing Gabriel Jesus's crazy comments in regards to his. I don't know why, Casey. That's crazy comments. Is that not crazy comments? I'm just reading the title. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm reading the title. I did not make the title. It says Gabriel Jesus crazy comments. So we'll be discussing that. Both fitness boosts for Chelsea and Manchester United, with Nkunku and Lavia back in training. Also, Martinez and Shaw back for Manchester United as well. Big up to everyone in the chat as always. But yeah, KC, we'll start with you. We'll go there. Jesus's comments, thoughts. Crazy comments. That's what the title says. I'm just saying.
Well, as I say, if you people are looking at that one part of the sentence in it where he said, "It's not my strong." It's something along the lines of, "It's not my strong suit."
Don't worry, Casey. I'll quickly read it out for those.
Read it out, please. Yeah. Go on.
Just bear with me. Just scrolling. All right, cool. I don't know if I should read the full comment or the.
Read the full comment. Read the full comment.
So Gabriel Jesus said, "There are things I don't control. I train, I look, I try, I move, I help the team. The goal is inevitable. I believe it's not my strong point, but I score goals and I'm there to score goals. When I come back, it will happen. I work quietly. I'm not one to respond to criticism."
There we go. So when you look at the whole entire quote, he's basically saying, "I understand I'm not the most prolific finisher, but I'm working on it and I still score goals." You know what I mean? We saw a stat shortly after that he scored more Champions League goals than the great Bobby Firmino. You know? the one that he's, shadowing apparently, looks up to, all of that good stuff. So, it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad.
No, Ethan, let him finish. Let him finish, Ethan. Let him finish.
You're right.
I get he's not everyone's cup of tea, and I get he's not the 30-goal a season striker. I know that. We all knew that. We knew that before we got him. But what he does do is bring everyone else's levels up. When he's playing at his game, he brings everyone else's levels up and contributes in goals and assists as well. So for me, when he's playing at his best, I don't mind, because Saka will be scoring, Nelly will be scoring, Odegaard might be scoring, and Nketiah, who knows, might be scoring. Like, goals pop up elsewhere. So it's not the be-all and end-all, but yes, when he's not working or he's injured, we need that prolific striker, because we can't have two players like him, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, you want to say something.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Casey. Thank you. So I will start off with just asking you a quick little question. What position does Gabriel Jesus play?
Number 9.
Number 9. And as a number 9 for Brazil, Arsenal, even City back in the day, what is your duty as a number 9?
To help with the attack and score goals.
So with that, with trying to be a qualified number 9, a good number 9, do you think not scoring goals is a serious issue?
But he's not scoring goals.
Well, let me ask you this, Casey. Why was Jesus on the bench? Because if you're scoring the same goals as Aguero, I'm pretty sure he'd be playing.
Because he's not as prolific as Aguero.
So it's been a problem since he was at City, and he's still.
Well, Aguero's a world-class striker.
And why is he world-class?
What do you mean, why is he world-class? There's a number of reasons why. We're going off a tangent.
Why is Aguero world-class?
Oh, because he's a good striker. He scores goals, bro.
Because he can score goals.
Jesus scores goals. I don't get your
point. He can score goals. That's it. It's the truth of the matter. Because he can score goals.
So what's Hoyland then?
Which is understandable.
If Jesus is an issue, what's Hoyland?
what does Hoyland have to do with any of this?
This is it. Because
What
Hoyland's
does
a good
Hoyland
striker.
have to do with any
Isn't
of
Hoyland
this?
a good striker?
Please,
Bro,
Casey, we're talking
Corey, let me
about
chime in quick.
Jesus' comments. Go on, Ethan.
Thank you. I'm more concerned about the fact that when Jesus came to Arsenal, he said he's here to score goals. He left City
Right.
because he wanted to be the main
coming back to
striker
it.
and score goals.
But
You get it.
But the thing is, he's not scoring goals. This is why, like, I get the comments sound mad, but when you look at it, it's not like a man's not scoring. If he was doing Richarlison thing, doing the Richarlison, and he's coming up with these comments, then I would be like, yeah, you're taking the mick. Like, we bought you as a striker, you've come in, you've contributed niche, and now you're telling everyone, the whole world.
You see, Richarlison got more goals than Jesus this season, bro.
Bro, that's this season. Jesus was
So don't
was
talk about
was
Richarlison then.
and I don't even know if that's true, but whether that's true or
I'm
not,
I'm gonna double check that still. I'm gonna have a look.
Yeah,
You know
double
what I'm
check.
saying?
If not, we'll say GA.
In the Prem.
Ah,
Are we talking strictly in the Prem?
more goals
Yeah,
in
strictly
last
Prem.
season than Richarlison has in his whole Tottenham career, like all competitions. So you know what I mean? Like it's swings and roundabouts. You get it. But what I will say is, if someone like Richarlison made those comments, I would be hot. Jesus does. I see what he does on the pitch, and you not see it. That's why you banter the goal scoring, because that's his weak point. Everywhere else, he blows all of your strikers out of the water. Everywhere else, in terms of work rate, link-up play, pressing, he blows all of your strikers out of the water. Cool, goal scoring. He's
I
not
needs to
the
get onto Firmino about this, you know.
best.
I needs to
And
get onto
that's
Firmino.
it. I get it. But Ethan, you know what it is? Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, and I'm the beholder, so I can see the beauty, fam. You get it? I see the beauty. You man does not see it. You man don't see it.
It's a cloud.
I'm literally just having. I'm just checking the numbers now, literally to see
So-
who actually has more goals in the Prem. Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
to me, like,
Joe.
I guess to me, like, this is not surprising. Like, why is this surprising? Like everybody knows that he's not the greatest finisher. And for the problem is like for him to say it and for him to be your main man is like
It
not the
doesn't fill
best
me with
look.
belief, bro. It
And
doesn't.
they scored the same amount in the Premier League, by the way, this season.
Yeah,
One
I
each.
know it's not a story.
Yeah. One each.
But Richarlison's got
that's
3
the
assists.
No,
3
Ethan, what we're not going to do.
Richarlison's been playing out wide, bro. Jesus been playing up top.
Wait,
That
hold on a
is a fair
second. How many goals do Jesus and Richarlison have?
One
for
each in the
one.
Premier League. One each.
But
One each.
Richarlison's got 3 assists. Jesus got 0.
And
Wait, hold on a second.
Richarlison's like
Who
injured.
Well, Jesus has Richarlison has played 3 more games though. He has played 3 more matches.
He has played out wide.
I just had literally a couple of days ago. I had Ethan telling me about Rasmus when
Corey,
he's got 2
stick
goals.
to the
When
program.
he's got 1 goal, and so does Jesus, and man, what haggling and cackling at me.
Corey,
making these
one's
jokes.
better than none.
Normalising
bro.
stupid man.
Corey, one's better than none.
Have some no, seriously, have some respect. No, I'm not even joking.
Rasmus,
Really have some respect.
Richarlison.
Because that's actually a joke. You're
Shout me.
talking like these
Shout
players are
me.
on these like five goals or something. Well, those are like ones and twos.
Corey, this is it.
No, I'm not taking the mix from that. I didn't even look at that. Your joke. Your joke.
We're going off topic. What was you saying,
go on,
Joe?
go on.
Because I wanted you to see what you were saying, Joe. I want to hear what you're saying.
So like I just don't think that like for me like the biggest point of this for me is like if like I'm sitting in your seat, Casey, and my striker goes, yeah, my biggest weakness is my finishing. I'd kind of be like, yo, like, what are we doing here, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't need you to have that type of energy. Like, that's the only thing that I could say about it is like, I just don't need you to be acting like that. I need you to act like you can score some goals for us because you need him to score goals for you, or someone needs to be scoring goals outside of your wingers, so you guys can be more successful this year. And that's what you were hoping for out of one of the Havertz and Ketia, or you're hoping one of those guys can give you a couple more goals, right? But like when your main man goes out in an interview and says, yeah, I just can't. Scoring's not just my strong suit. It's like that's not why we want you. You know what I'm saying? That's my only thing, bro.
Yeah, I get that he shouldn't have said something like that. That's the only thing I would say. Like, you shouldn't allow those comments to be misinterpreted, because him saying that is something I will work on, or it's something that I need to work on. Like, everyone's just, the man's coming out and saying he can't score, he's a striker. But we all watch the Premier League. We all see what Jesus can do. And if Jesus is in your team, all I say, he needs to get, for me, between 10 and 15 goals, and maybe match it in assist, between 10 and whatever assist. And for me, that's perfect, bro. I don't need...
you need him to get 20 GA.
Get me 20 GA, 25 GA.
What did he get last year for you? Before he got injured?
Last year he was on, I think he ended the season on
like 10 and 5, I think.
No, I think it was like 11 or 12 goals. This is in the Premier League, and I think it was 11 goals, 7 assists, something like that. 11 goals, 7 assists,
5, something around 10 and 5.
Something like that. It was good. He got a good return last season. He did.
Yeah. If he could just level that up just a touch, make it, I don't know, 13 goals, 14 goals, and like 10 assists, bro. That's what from Jesus. That's all I need, because he's not that striker that is, a fox in the box. He's not like Nketiah, and Nketiah is not great at it, but he is that type of striker that is, all about the goals. He's a fox in the box, prolific at times, and like that's all he's about. Jesus has so much more to his game that I get that if Jesus was a prolific striker, he would be one of the best in the world, because he had so much to his game that if he was a prolific striker, he'd basically be unstoppable, bro. So
honestly, like I personally rate Jesus tremendously, so I'm not one to be like sitting here saying anything about the guy, because I do rate him so highly, and I rate what he does off the ball as highly as anybody in the world. So it's like but I just don't want my striker to have that mentality. That's my only.
It doesn't fill you with confidence. Like, do you think even like I think I'd want him like being on pens. I'd want my strike on pens. I'm just deeper. I know Saka's on pens, Odegaard, but like, if you don't even back yourself, how are the fans meant to back? Like, even that chance against myself, but that's a big game. Striker, bread and butter. Why is he not backing?
I've seen
and then Casey, Champions League, Martinelli and Jesus, man chops on his right foot,
and slaps
it bins. It's just mad frustrating, bro. It's just crazy.
You get that's what you get with him, fam.
I think you need like I still think you need like an opposite option to him.
Like, 100%.
Like not necessarily like Nketiah, because I feel like he's still trying to do too much of this. Like Arteta in this case, I'm kind of going off topic here, but if he's gonna be that kind of striker, I would want like someone like, for the lack of a better person to describe it, like a Mitrovic or like a Vlahovic, someone who's gonna be more physical and give you a different dimension to Jesus. Really, like that's like, especially if he's gonna give me these kind of quotes, I'm definitely trying to get a bulldozer, mean boy in the box. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's gonna give me these kind of quotes.
No, I was saying Arsenal held Jesus' hold up play like Mitrovic and Vlahovic. That's what they say. Oh, he's pinning the centre backs, like a booty type beat.
That's what I'm saying. He's always trying to banter it.
You're telling me I'm wrong.
Jesus outperformed. When's the last time you've had a striker perform the way Jesus has in terms of GA?
It's been a strong minute. But that's not the thing. Is though, that's not that.
Ronaldo.
He's
Rooney really is like the one that had the G and the A for Manchester United, right? Like, that would be the one that I could think of.
Yeah,
that would be the last striker that would have both. Martial has had a couple seasons where he was good, when he stayed healthy. Martial's probably closer. Martial's probably closer to Jesus, like as
Yeah.
close to Jesus as you could really
You
think
love
of.
Martial. Corey loves
They're
Martial.
both bums, isn't it?
Wait, I love Martial on the wing. I just find it
Corey,
like,
if you want to talk about strikers,
coming
my
around
striker
and
is Son.
they're just bums.
Yeah?
Like, stop commenting on other people's strikers when you look in your own house and it's shit. It's
I've
shit.
got
Like,
Son.
it's not good.
Son's my striker, bro.
You have a left winger that's filling out for a striker because your striker is that shit that
Yeah.
he can't
Nah, I
strike.
think Son's just a
You
striker,
understand
bro.
that?
I honestly, personally think Son's just a striker that they made into a winger. Like he's just like an inside forward that they
His
made
game-
into a winger.
Joe,
His
even
game's
then,
changed, isn't it?
why would
Yeah.
you buy a striker?
Well,
Why would you
Corey.
buy somebody that's not gonna get you goals, not gonna even get you
Corey.
assists, just gonna sit there, do this all the
Sorry,
time?
just
And
Hey,
that's
before
it.
we get back to-
Richarlison is a wonder to the world, bro. That's all I can say. Richarlison's a wonder to the world.
Corey, I'm not backing Richarlison. But Corey, Rasmus has 10 games.
I
0
can't believe I'm
goals.
sitting here with Nick
One at a
Jackson.
time,
and
yo.
those
Hey, man, one at a time.
I don't want to hear you.
It's cool.
Yeah,
I can't believe
Go on.
I'm with Nick. I'm over here with Nick Jackson, and I'm the one that's not getting bantered here. So, like,
I can't actually-
so
Jackson scored a couple goals. Like, I was impressed with some of his performances. I'll be honest.
What
Well,
performance? What are you talking about? What performance? What performance?
Before Rashi.
What?
he's had
What
some
performance?
terrible performances. And some
Well,
good-
even against
Corey,
Tottenham, he
what
wasn't even
performance?
that
The
good.
one was okay.
Yeah.
The Tottenham one was good. The Tottenham one was
Oh,
quite
against
good.
9 men. Yeah, me and you would look okay
Yeah,
out there against
look.
9 men.
Listen,
Nah,
So man
nah,
missed
the
all the
only good
chances in the
performance.
world before.
He had a decent performance against Luton. That was about it so far.
Yeah, like,
Everything
yeah,
else has
like-
been.
He's
Everything
been
else
up
has been.
for
He's been in the box and he's finishing his chance. He's been finishing a couple chances. Like that's what it is. But I'm okay with it. Let him finish his chances. I don't care who does it. Just finish your chances.
But yeah, but back to it, Casey. You're just not really too fussed with what he's saying. But you are. Your manager is definitely looking to upgrade, though. This is why you've been linked so heavily with Ivan Toney.
I wouldn't say the wrong words upgrade. That it's not. He's not looking to upgrade because the next striker that comes in isn't going to be an upgrade on Jesus. Jesus is just another option because for me, the next striker that comes in will be an upgrade on Nketiah, not Jesus. Because for me, Jesus is still there and thereabouts. There'll be games where Jesus starts where where they have a low block and we need a bit of creativity in and around the box to make it happen. And there'll be games where we need a little bulldozer up top. So, or maybe even both. Jesus can play out wide. We've seen what Jesus can do. So
He definitely play out wide, but he's gonna be a squad player. Like I said, we gonna
Tony
like
and
I said,
Jesus
Arsenal and
together. Tony and Jesus together would be the
it's not
perfect.
going to be together. Like I say, this is the Havertz conversation all over again. And what if they do sign Ivan Toney when Jesus is holding bench, like we see Havertz holding bench now? We'll come back to this.
Jesus cannot hold bench.
You told me Havertz weren't holding bench.
I don't know. That's Arteta.
Nah, he'll be playing left back.
You told me, no, Casey.
playing
Let's
left
fast
back.
forward on this
Left
very
back.
channel. No. Let's pass rewind. You told me on
Havertz will
this
be
channel.
playing left back.
Havertz wouldn't be holding bench, and I said, yeah, he will be because he's a squad player. Same way Jesus will become a squad player. That's what it is. You're not spending. Let's say it's 70 million on Ivan Toney. Yeah, man, these man like that's why I said to Casey. You know what I'm saying? I said it to Kiers as well. I was like, I will revisit this. And then because he started the first 3-4 games, and now we see Havertz don't start for them. Same way Jesus. I get it, Arsenal fan. So you're gonna back him. I genuinely don't think Jesus is a bad player. I think he's a very good player. Out wide, him as an option, definitely good. Him as a 9, definitely. But when I'm talking about an upgrade, I'm talking about first team and vast majority of those games, he's going to be holding bench. Or if he does play, he won't be playing center forward. It's going to be so you reckon you're signing Ivan Toney to put him on the bench? Is this what you're telling me?
No, Ivan Toney, he might hold bench some games, bro. I'll be real.
He's not holding. No, he's not, man. He's not.
Ivan Toney bench.
Or Saka.
He's not holding.
Until Jesus misses them chances, bro.
Nelly will hold bench. Man will hold bench, bro. You're gonna need to take in the Sakas of this world. If you think Saka's gonna be getting those records where he's playing, 90 games in a row or something stupid again, it's not that.
Yeah. Not like there'll be the odd game, but I'm saying the vast majority. So, for instance, you lot playing Brentford away. If Ivan Toney's there right now, him and Saka are starting that game. He's not benching Saka like consistently. He's not benching Tony consistently. So I tell someone who says Tony doesn't start for me, that is crazy. Like I've said before, I don't get this. You know what I'm saying? And
He
actually,
just
now I
becomes
do
a
get
squad
this.
player.
You lot protect me own.
That's
Of
what
course.
would happen.
Which
Jesus
is
would become a
which is
squad
what and Joe, the thing is, which is what he's good at. We watched him at Manchester City do this. Him as a squad player is phenomenal. If Arsenal are trying to reach the next level,
it's
which is
probably
Premier
one
League
of
and
the best
Champions League, it's not him.
amenities that you could potentially have this him as a squad player, because then
Absolutely.
you know that
Absolutely.
you have like really high quality above him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And there's nothing wrong. I feel like there's sometimes people like consider squad players as there's nothing like something wrong with it. Like there's nothing wrong with it being a squad player in this game. Like he's gonna start his here and there game. He's gonna come off the bench, but he's still gonna get some time. Like there's really nothing wrong with that. Just saying that that's what he'll end up being.
In a squad player.
But
options.
Yeah, man. He'll get more game time than Havertz. I'll tell you that.
That's what it's called. Like if you want to put a term to it, that's what it is, Casey. If you don't like what the term is, that's what it is. Like
everyone's number one. We don't need to understand this. Everyone's number one.
Everyone's number one. Everyone's number one. I fucks with that, yo.
That's from the club that has a dog name win. That's from the club that has a dog name.
Man, them who are watching, you know what I'm saying? If any of you lot got side chicks, that's what you tell her, innit? You are the we're all number one.
We're all number
Everybody's
one.
number one. Everybody's number one. We're all in this together.
When we win, we win.
We all number one.
Everybody's a winner.
Hashtag everybody's a winner, man. Everybody's a winner. It is. Everybody's a winner. But moving on, before we do move on, over 50 people locked in right now. Make sure you run up the likes. I don't know how many likes we're on, but I know it's not enough. Like check 1212. Hit the likes on the video, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back. Subscribe to the channel as well. We will get to some of the questions as well. Of course, if you super chat people, we will get to your question also as well. But switching lanes from Arsenal, we'll go to Manchester United. Corey, your thoughts? Martinez, you're back in training. Sure, I believe he's closer to a return because reports are stating he could be in the squad for the game on Sunday at Goodison Park. Where do you stand in terms of the difference maker? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much difference do you see a Martinez making, a Shaw making once they're back? Oh, yeah.
As I said from before, you know, it's just I'm a bit more confident in achieving my 1-0s. You know, that's the reality of the situation. You know, having a better centre back in, which he is, you know, a better centre back in and a better wing back in as well, because you know, I think left back's been a real issue, even with Reguilon as well. It's still been a bit of an issue. So having a better left back in and a better centre back just makes me believe more that I'll achieve my 1-0s, which is all I think I'll get.
That's where we're at. I can't even argue against you. I can't even be like, yo, you're not more optimistic, bro. So I get you. I hate you. You know what I'm saying? I hear exactly what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Ethan, go on. I see you smiling, fam. Floor's yours. Thoughts on it? I know you got stuff to say.
I'll be honest here. I'm just thinking about everyone's back. I've seen some, even though you might have had injuries, I've seen so many questionable stuff from Ten Hag, like man's benching Varane and saying tactics. Like, it's just crazy, isn't it? So when everyone's back, I'm thinking, does he continue with the Martinez and who is it? Martinez and Varane. That's your main.
Well,
yeah,
that's the main. Well, that's the main two. That's been his main two. Yeah. Obviously, Martinez has been injured for the vast majority, but yeah, everybody fit. We've seen those two. Yeah, the same. Varane might leave in January.
So with that being said, Varane's linked with a move away, and he's been almost not refusing, but he's gone to other options instead of Varane. What is the strongest lineup at the moment? Like, I don't even know. Now you actually finding enough players available. It's going to be interesting to see. Like, from back to front, who is actually going to start?
Varane anyway.
Like, even Reguilon's been all right. Good to see this season. He's been all right.
Yeah, but he's injured.
No, he's been okay. He's been one of the few. Wait, is Reguilon injured?
Yeah.
When did he get injured?
Yeah. Earlier,
when did that happen?
Like, I think it was in the Champions League he got injured.
I was in the champs. I thought he was just ill. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know it was an injury like that. Right,
and what about right back? Does Dalot start? Does Wan-Bissaka start?
I think Wan-Bissaka.
Probably Wan-Bissaka, but don't make much of a difference. Go on, Corey, carry on. I mean, sorry, Ethan, go on, carry on.
Strongest 11, fam.
We don't have one.
You don't have one.
We don't have one. We don't make no difference. We don't make no difference.
13 and you don't have a strongest 11.
No,
Bro, at
because
least
when I
one
say we don't
team-
have a strongest 11, I'm talking about in terms of performance. This manager's cooked, man. Where to my guy Rhino? Dinnered. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. Don't matter who we play.
And to make matters worse, bro, that's
Mount.
60-something million. Dare I say it? Is Mount even in that strongest 11, lad?
Definitely not.
Yeah,
What about
he's a mess.
Definitely not.
He's a mess.
Definitely not. Said this. We had this debate on here. You know what I'm saying? On Big 6 Months again over the summer, and it's like, oh, Mount this and that. All right, bet. You know what I'm saying? Okay,
Thank
you know,
you.
good tidings.
Thank you. I appreciate you taking Mount off.
Yeah,
of
I
our
still
hands.
can't believe we did it. It still baffles me. That's one of the biggest footballing
Most
like
beautiful thing, like
question marks.
The two biggest problems in my club gone for 135 million pounds.
Yeah, like that's just legit what it is. Like I still can't. Like if I had a chance to ask like Ten Hag one question, it would be that: why did you sign him out? I would love to know the thought process that went into that because it made no sense.
You could say the same thing about Arsenal and Kai Havertz. Why did you sign Kai?
I've said this. Yeah. If I had one question to ask Artel, I'd ask him that.
Yeah.
Like what thought process went into this? When you look
what
at
was
the
the exact
quality,
reason why you bought this guy?
I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we like I say, Ten Hag pressure's got to him, man. Like that's why I don't see it. Yeah, will Martinez improve us? Yes. With a Luke Shaw, whether he's playing as a centre back, well, I actually like him as a centre back. Don't particularly like him as a left back. Would he improve us? Yes, but not to anything significant. It's nothing substantial. Like Corey said, help with the 1-0s. Improve us defensively.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And yeah,
I know when Maddison comes back, Van der Ven, I improve massively in it. But you guys,
that's it. Yeah,
boy,
he was
going into a system.
He was going to be my signing of the season if he didn't get hurt the way that he was playing.
Maddison, yeah.
No, honestly, I know Maddison is as good as he is, but I know that boy was going to get hurt. I knew, like, his knees made out of, like, I don't know what. He's made out of glass, my dude. But Van der Ven.
Why do you think he was so cheap,
Van der Ven, that boy was going to be my signing of the season. He was good.
He was quality.
But Corey, I still ask for your strongest 11 is. I haven't got an answer.
But we haven't got a strongest 11.
Yeah, facts. Cheats all around. It's terrible all around.
We might actually can't answer that. That's mad.
Bro, and those not having good performances.
I can't answer it for a lot of other reasons, though. Like I have other.
I can tell you my grind 11. I can tell you my grind 11 if you want to hear it. My team
like a team that the team that having the trenches team. I've got one of those as well. But in regards to like the performance level changing, whether United win, lose, or draw, the performance won't be good. Even if we could lose at 2, we could lose 2-0 to Everton or win 1-0 against Everton. And I tell you this, the performance will be the same in terms of the levels. In games we've won and games we've lost, the performance is not too dissimilar. It's just that a moment of magic might win our way.
They've all been the same. Sometimes it's worked, sometimes it hasn't.
Yeah, that's legit. It. Like if Paulina doesn't kick the ball to Bruno on the edge of the box, we probably draw that game. That was the only difference. Like, that's the only difference. If Dalot doesn't go and stick one top bins from 25 yards out, even
bro, you guys have had some fantastic luck go your way over the last.
Have we?
6 weeks, 5 weeks. I mean,
have we had some luck? What luck? Where? Please show me. Hey, I would love to find some more.
The way I see luck is like when you get something to go your way at the end of the game. That's what I. That's the way I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily. You create your own luck necessarily. Like that's the way I see it. Yeah, Fergie time. We could definitely call it that because that shit is annoying.
Fergie time is just the quality of like the opposition. Like I said, Paulina just kicks the ball to Bruno on the edge of the box. And Bruno took advantage. Moment of magic, scored the goal. The Dalot shot, the keeper should save that. The Burnley game, moment of magic from Johnny Evans and Bruno. You know what I'm saying? World-class pass, world-class finish.
But
we're here talking about championship level sides. Yeah, like the rest of the game was all the same. If you've seen one Manchester United game, you've seen them all. It's the same thing. We just might be in a different colored kit. And the opposition's different. That's it. But if you replay that in black and white, it looks the same. Despite the result. Yeah, it's awful, man. That's why when you ask about the best 11, it's go on.
It's difficult, isn't it? So where does this end? What? Change of players, change of manager, like
change of everything. Everybody gotta go. Change of everything. Yeah, everybody gotta go. Players, manager, coaching staff, hierarchy,
how many
owners,
times have you
everybody.
done this?
All right, Flawless.
Never.
First 3 things you do as a Manchester. If you're the director of football, what's the first 3 things you do?
Get rid of everybody. That's
You
why
can't just get rid of. I'm talking about you said everybody. You're
fine.
fine.
You can get rid of everybody. Everybody can go. Yes. Why can't everybody go?
I'm talking
everybody.
I mean, I can't say that. We did that this year. We got rid of like 7 men.
You can get rid of everybody. You can get recruitment, medical staff, vast majority of the players, coaching staff, manager. They can all go. They can all go.
I'm talking about anyone. I'm even talking dinner ladies. Like I don't want.
I don't, better question.
Allow the kind of ladies though.
I want a new face. New face. Like I want a new
family
face.
squads.
I need, bro. I don't want to see old links. If you're on this old link, get out. I want to hear you, bro. I talk about no history. I'm not with it. I
no old links.
No more.
That's that lady that used to feed Alex. Nah, she gotta go. She gotta go.
No, she gotta go.
Old lady.
You have the lady in there which made some dishes. Like there's her special.
Bro.
Like, I'm saying her special. Like,
special grub fam. Loudly, bro. Loudly. Get out. Sweet out.
I said, I hear you. So yes, you can. When I say, because even we've never done that. Yes, we've changed the manager. Yes, we've got rid of some players. But like when I say everybody, like the vast majority, I'm not talking obviously about the new signings apart from Mount. I'm not talking about youngsters like a Maino or a Garnacho. But everyone else, you can go. We're not doing anything with you. You're no loss. What have you done since you've been here? Some of these players, like a Luke Shaw's been here almost a decade. Bruno's been here almost half a decade. We know the levels you at. You brought us very, very little. Bye.
Boy, so what would you say that Martial calls,
yeah? As much as I love Martial, cut.
How should we still love him?
Just cut, bro. Just cut. Like on the real, these players leave. Managers, if it's not good enough, leave. Dinner lady, leave. Like everything leaves, bro.
Dinner lady.
That's the only people I'd keep though.
I want a new mindset, bro. All these people that have been here through the Mourinho times and stuff, I don't want you there.
They're the only people I'd keep. I won't go as far as Corey. You know what I'm saying? I'd keep the receptionist like the kit man and like the dinner ladies. They're the only 3 I'd keep.
Them lot have been there through the rough times. So
yeah,
when it gets a bit jumpy, because it's not going to be like just an upward spiral where we're just doing well all the time. I don't want to see them dropping heads. I don't want that. I don't want none of that. No
fresh mindset.
Telling the new staff all the old regime.
You know what I mean, Casey? I'm not with it. And you know people talk, bro. You know people talk. I don't want that leaking through my club.
You know what? He's got a point.
No, really,
quick question. What about people at Rashford, fam? That claim they love the club.
Well, Rashford,
I love the club. Yeah, go on, Corey. You go.
I love the club.
As much as I love Rashford, I think like the guy can be a player when he wants to be. Yeah. Cut. I'm sorry, just cut. Like everything.
Why, Corey? Why?
Sweep it up, bro. Why? Because I've seen this guy be negative Sally when it goes downhill, bro. I've seen him do it. I'm not with it. I'm on a different mindset. I'm looking at new. Now, if you're not prepared to go through the trenches at times and be prepared to come out shining, I'm not with it. Do not drop your head around me. As soon as you drop your head, it affects the whole club. The look of the club, how the club's run, how we walk, how we do. I don't want it. Leave my club.
Yeah.
On a serious note, like I can't have that around my club, bro.
Do
you know what? Pep's on, bro. Pep's on a different team.
I hear that, Corey, but then when people say things like, you know, Odegaard's better than Bruno and Rashford's meaty, when you know back them to the high heavens and this player's this player's that, Bruno's stats, this is where it kind of contradicts, and this is why these players will stay around. Because I'm not saying it's just you. Social media social media as whole, United fans on the social media, like that's how you lot are. You lot will 1 second it's get these men out my club, get that. Then Bruno will have an okay game against a media opponent, and Bruno's better than Odegaard. Look at the stats, check this. The Bruno stat will come out, and it's all the Bruno this, Bruno that, and the same with Rashford. Like, so it's kind of you don't need to, you know what I mean?
But Casey, unfortunately, that's our job as fans. That is our job. That is the reason why I'm a fan. We know we have highs and lows. Now, you, a paid football player of my club, should not be having the same mindset as me. You shouldn't.
Talk about it. At
Your
least he's
mindset
honest
shouldn't
about
be
it.
the same as me. You shouldn't be dropping your heads when going gets tough. You shouldn't be doing that. I pay you my hard-earned money. Do you know how much I grind? How much I grind to pay to come and see you, man, play. And now you're gonna drop your head when I drop my head when you do bad.
I call it a
How does that
safe
make
space,
sense?
man.
Man said, how dare you drop your head when I drop my head because you're playing bad? You're blaming me because of your performance.
But why
Seriously,
are
bro,
you
make
dropping
it
your
make
head?
sense.
Why are you dropping your head?
Hold on a second. If I'm seeing consistent bad performances, do you not expect me to drop my head?
No.
You're lying to yourself now. Now you're lying to yourself.
This KC guy's such a troll, you know. This guy's a troll.
He's a big troll, man.
We cheat our guys. We cheat them up.
Wait. Hold on a second. If you're seeing consistent bad performances from Arsenal Football Club, like you did at the end of Wenger, like you did in Emery, like you did in early Arteta stages, was you not upset? Was you not negative Sally?
Let me tell you something, a way you will understand it. You see when what's his name? What's that guy in the room, that little guy? That kid. What's his name?
What, Conor Hamaru?
Yeah. You know when that brother's fighting Naruto, yeah? He just keeps running up to him, keeps getting slapped back. That's what it's like being a football fan sometimes. You just keep getting knocked back. You keep getting knocked back. But then there's that one time. That one time it happens, it all goes right. It feels sweet.
But that's
You just
But he didn't win. But
you know, man, you know how the story
He didn't win. Hey, you're a fraud, bro.
That's it, he didn't win.
He didn't win. He definitely
win.
Oh my
God. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Flawless, are you the same with Rashford, by the way?
in regards to he can leave. Yeah, like what Corey's saying is like, how can, because he is the definition of a confidence player. Like legit. Like when his confidence is like there's no middle ground with his form. Rashford either plays 8 out of 10 or above or 3 out of 10 or below. I can't remember the last Rashford game I watched where I go, hey, Rashford was okay today. He was 5, 6 out of 10 today. He was just mediocre. Like you have to, not every game you're gonna be 8, 9, 10 out of 10. So just be a 6. Just be
some fans will cling on to that because he can be an 8 out of 10. Like I agree with you when he's a confidence player. Some fans will cling on to that the fact that on his day he can be 8 out of 10. But last season we saw he's unstoppable on his day.
You can see that.
But that's not good enough. That's why I personally hate Son playing left wing because he's crap.
Because he does the same.
I just want him in front of goal. That's it. Because he can
play him as a centre forward. And that's like legit what it is with Rashford. And I don't cling on to that because, like in KC, I know he was trolling when he said that about just running back up and just keep getting. Like I'm fully at acceptance where this team is at, this manager is at, these players are at. This is why when people are like, oh, why don't you get mad? Because I know we're bad. I don't delude myself as a fan because I love my football club and say, oh, this is going to turn around. Oh, we are going to be better. No, I said verbatim. Whether we win, whether we lose, whether we draw on Sunday, I already know the performance is going to be awful. So it's just a question of just getting a result.
Those are the words that those were the words that were coming out of my mouth all year last year. I don't care if we win, I don't care if we lose.
Question, I don't know if this makes you a fake fan, but does it come a point where you say you don't even want the result because the problem, like last season, I went through like 3 managers in it, and it got to the point, especially when we got whooshed by Newcastle, you might remember, but I felt crying, bro. And the worst thing is, before that, But when that Newcastle game happened, I was happy. I swear to God, because I don't know if
You knew
guys
the
saw,
ending was there.
there was a picture of Levy in it, and he looked uncomfortable, and it made me happy. The fact we were getting smoked like 5-1 against Newcastle, we were seeing like the same guys like Eric Dyer being through like 3 managers, and we were getting whooshed, and finally it was time to spend money. I was happy because I knew summer, it needs to get worse before it can get better. I knew summer we're gonna go and recruit and buy players.
Yeah, what it is, because I get people's MO with that, so you're not like wrong for like being happy about that, even though it's your team that's getting beat. And other United fans I work with will say that, oh, I want us to lose. Just 2 things. One, in my heart of hearts, I can't do it. I can't sit there and as bad as we are, want Manchester United to lose.
I will never mean it.
I can't do it. And on top of that, I know this manager's not good enough. I know these players are not good enough. They don't need me mentally thinking, oh, can you not lose? We gonna lose. This run of form and us being in the form, we gonna lose. Like, so don't worry about that. We gonna lose. 110%.
We literally have
these performances are not sustainable. Like we gonna lose.
But then flawless. If you paper up the cracks, you might almost get top 4. That's another season where everyone thinking it's jolly. Another Mount, another flipping.
I don't think we papering over the cracks for much longer. I've already said I don't think this manager makes it to 2024. I think he gets sacked before then. I think this run starts now. We've played your Sheffield United, your Burnleys, throw Fulham in the mix, but now it's potentially out of the Champions League, which hits the pockets of the owners. All Glazers care about is money. And when they see that slashed, when that match day revenue, that TV revenue is not there for the Champions League, whether we finish third, going to Europa, or we go out of Europa
shit that
together.
matters, isn't it? Yeah.
That's why I've said it. If we lose to Galatasaray, I could see him getting sacked 110%. I think he'll get sacked either after Galatasaray or after Liverpool. It'll be one of those two. Yeah, it's a money grab. So that's why I don't worry about us like us losing and going, oh yeah, I want us to lose. I know we're gonna lose.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just before we move on, Corey, you said Ten Hag's the guy in it, and he also said errors are there to be broken.
At the start, he was.
I'm not. No, it starts basically now. He starts basically. What managerial career is like a year and a bit, bro?
Bro, how about this, Casey? I fully understand that. But what manager shows the style of not show the style of play a year and a bit in?
Wait, Corey, I've waited so long to hear that.
Bro,
it's true.
Why have I waited so long to hear that, Corey?
I was bigging up Ten Hag's thing. I can remember it like it was yesterday.
We saw it in part.
Like,
because we saw it in part. And what we did see was so beautiful. It's just a shame we can't see that on a daily basis. That's because
you're talking more. So I'm guessing, Corey, you're talking about last season, right?
Yeah.
I hear that. I get that. I was the same.
So good, but now I'm wondering, why can't we see that like every week? We can't see it, and if we can't see it every week, then it's literally like I'm taking drugs. I'm on a mad high, and then the come down is just crap. Like I want to get high again. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I don't want to live that life. So with that, I just want to be on a constant. Show me good performances, bro. Show me good performances.
Because that's a good analogy. I'm glad you feel like this.
You can't understand.
Hey, just for the viewers, the 81 people in here, I've waited almost a year to much this from Corey, man. This is slapping.
Ten Hag's there.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. Just listen to me. The truth of the matter is, look, there's changes coming at Manchester United. It may not be the changes a lot of fans want, but changes are coming. New directors of footballs are coming, new CEOs are coming, new this, new that. Now with this, if we want this to really work, bro, you need to first of all get the scrubs that sit there in the club like moaning and dooming and glooming, and get them out. Yeah, please get them out. I don't want none of your negativeness to affect anything about my club. Please understand this. I want to hear nothing negative. Then I look at the players. The players, well, boy, I'm looking at your past 3 to 5 years, because a lot of them players have been here for quite a long time. I'm looking at your track record, and I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that you're going to be here. I'm really not. But I'm gonna give you till the end of the season. Because with that, I can now show that I'm here. I've watched you. I've asked for good performances. You haven't done it. You haven't done it for me. And with that, you gotta go. That's the truth of the matter.
Right.
So with that, what do you call it? Ten Hag? You got to end of the season. For me personally, I say you got to end of the season. If I don't see consistent good performances, I'm not expecting you to win all your games. I just want to see a style of play and good performances. That's it. Now, if you can't get the team to do that, then you got to go. Because clearly you're not Manchester United proof. Like you can't handle the pressure of Manchester United. That's the truth of it. So with that, you got to go. Now I'm going to talk to the dinner ladies as well. I'll be real. Like if you can't,
Barbara's case,
if you can't supply my players with good nutrients, trying to stop them get injured as much as them training hard, you got to go. Literally, you really got to go.
Corey's got personal beef for the dinner ladies, flat.
Bro,
Corey, mate.
Bro, everything, bro, everything from the ground up, bro, from the ground up. You see it, bro.
I'm with him. I ain't gonna lie.
Bro, you really start with your socks, bro. You start with your socks, and then you put your shoes on, you put the trousers. You know what I'm saying? From the ground up, I need everything. Everything pristine, bro. No, G. No, G. But anyway,
he's not lying though. The boxes though, he's lying though. The boxes you pull up from the ground though. You get what I'm saying? So he's smart. To be honest, the boxes start from the ground. He's not lying. The boxes start from the ground. You don't start your waist.
Either done.
Oh, we need to be different. If we really want to rebuild, why am I sitting around with negative people?
Talk about it, Corey.
How can you rebuild with some negative stuff? Really and truly, bro. Casey, if we're saying, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and then we've got one of our friends just saying, oh, this ain't gonna work, and all of this negative stuff, bro. How can you concentrate? How can you do as well as you want to do? You can't, bro. Because every single time you're gonna look back and if the going gets tough, I'm gonna say they're complaining, bro. Not with it.
If you bring in the new regime, yeah. So you bring in a new dinner lady, a new this, a new that, and everything. But obviously, you can't immediately get rid of players. That's something that's gonna have to take time, unless you spend an outlandish amount of money and just say, if you don't like him, terminate contracts. But it's just not gonna happen, is it? So
no, Casey, I understand that it's gonna be a slow process getting the players out. I understand that, and I fully accept that. I'm part of the ride. I'm part of it. You know what I mean? Like, as you know already, our fan base is huge. So we're never going to be as one. That will never ever happen. Our fan base is too big for everyone to agree on things. I totally understand that. But if I know and I can see the vision, I'm seeing it happen, even if it's at a slow rate, yeah, I'm with it. But if I'm not seeing anything, everything's just it's all janky. Like we're looking at players to bring in, but some of them are like 35-year-olds, and then the other ones are like 12. Like I'm not with it. There's no cohesion. There's no look on how my club's going to be. Like really and truly, I'm seeing man and bringing Mount, but then I'm seeing like some old established player coming to my club as well. Like I'm not with it. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me.
Corey, 100%.
Let me ask you something, and this kind of leads on to Joe can chime in as well. Your injury boost is obviously because you've got players coming back now. So I get the old regime of players, the Maguires, the McTominays, the Rashfords, you can even say Marshalls, all that old stuff that have been here for a while. I get that, but looking forward, right? Your next couple games is Everton, Galatasaray, and then Newcastle. Is it?
I think so.
Jesus,
I don't even know.
Someone you got someone big. Yeah, bro. So like, what do you think? What do you think? Is Litcho coming back good enough? Shaw coming back good enough?
It's good enough to secure me my 1-0s.
Because Luke Shaw hasn't played football in 3 months, and Litcho about 2 months.
That's why I think we can achieve a 1-0.
Because all of these games are going to be physical. This is what I need you to understand. These are arguably the three most physical games you're gonna have this season, and they're all back to back. Everton away, we all know how Everton are. Newcastle away, we all know how
Yeah,
Newcastle are.
yeah, KC, we can lose to anybody.
And I'm not even just saying about losing technically, because I feel like technically you lot can on your day give these lot a game, but it's the physical side I'm worried about for you lot. I physically I don't know if you man are there for that battle.
We're tired already.
I mean,
Like it's like we've played 30 games already from this stage of the season. Players are all
Last year,
tired,
season watching.
you
Yeah.
know. Bro, like I'm just as this season for me, just if you can achieve Europe, I'm not even talking Champions League, just Europe in general. If you can achieve Europe, do it, because it's always sad when you don't play Europe. I'll be honest. Like as much as everyone dooms and glooms are Europe. By the way, I'm speaking strictly Europa and Champions League. Like I don't, in my eyes, the other European competitions. I don't really know about that stuff. I'm an old head here. Yeah, I'm not new with this. You know, this new stuff. Yeah, Casey. In those Casey, Casey. What's it called? Conference League, isn't it? Ethan, you know about that stuff.
Anyways,
right?
the only one to qualify for it. I don't even know about
I got myself kicked out. I was sick of it.
Let me check your emails and see if you got one from them. Did I get them?
I ain't seen none of that. But yeah.
But yo, lads, yeah, go on, Corey. Carry on.
No, finish.
No, that's cool. I was just gonna tell everyone, hey, make sure you lot run up the likes as well, man. Continue to run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Share across all the socials. This is Big Six Months, people, at his finest. And for those asking about Months, he will be back. He ain't ducking no smoke. Like Months ain't gone anywhere. He's not left. You know what I'm saying? He will be back. You will see him over the weekend. Don't worry about that.
The big one on the weekend.
Yeah, he'll be there for the Sunday roundup.
So he's there.
He'll be there. Like you lot know Months. One thing about him, as shameless as he is, he doesn't duck smoke. He'll be there. Trust me. Like he'll be there Sunday roundup. So you don't have to worry about that. Make sure you lot pull up exactly that. And to people in the chat before, obviously we move on to Chelsea as well with Manchester United. Everybody gotta go. It's not just the better players. Everyone. That's what I said. What I genuinely mean when I said that. Our better players are the problem. I'd really dislike when people use that as an argument. Oh, where would you be without such and such? Where are we with such and such? The reason why we've been terrible for so long is that these players have been Bruno's your best attacking player. That's a problem. That's why we've been terrible for so long. The fact that he is the best attacking player, that's a problem. Well, people don't want to realize that and want to blame the players who aren't as good. Everyone gotta go. Anyways, we'll keep it stepping. Corey got a lot off his chest there. Speaking of fitness boost, Joe, Chelsea, and Nkunku back. It's looking like Nkunku's back in training. Lavi is back in training. How are you looking at both of those? In particular, selection headache now with both of those fit for Pochettino. So how do you think he's going to line up?
Well, I don't think it's going to be too different for Newcastle specifically. I think it's going to be very similar to what we put out for Manchester City. Wouldn't be surprised if it's the same exact lineup, to be honest. With Nkunku, I do see him doing the same. They already said that they're going to do the same route that they did with Reece. So Nkunku will probably get a good 30 at the end of the second half, and then we'll start the next game, the following game, as long as he plays to the level of like what we expect of the guy, right? With Lavia is the more interesting one to me. That's like a more interesting headache because the emergence of how well Connor's been playing. So now we have Connor, Enzo, and Caicedo, and like Enzo has been hit or miss with his performances. Like a lot of people have like put a spotlight on Enzo, but I've actually went back during this international break and watched majority of our games, and he is what you would consider like he's not going to be the pass that creates the goal. He's going to be the guy that creates the pass before the pass. And the thing with Lavia that really intrigues me is if you put someone like Lavia next to Caicedo, the type of like legs and defensive awareness that you would have in that midfield at that point would be fantastic. And then, like, I think Lavia's like a little bit he's actually scored against like pretty much all the big teams coming from the midfield when he played for Southampton. And I'm just interested to see how he's going to integrate into this, because I feel like you could play any of the four of them in that three. And then realistically, you could play any of the five of them if you played in Cuckoo at the 10 and then had any of the other four in the pivot. So the other nice thing, David, big up David, I was about to bring that up. Wesley Fofana, who's been out for a while, finally touched grass.
I wouldn't even risk it.
He ain't gonna come back. I don't think he should come back this year, at all. Like play at all. Just get your legs back underneath you. Pretty much is what because that was such a big injury that he had.
Back to back, I swear, as well, isn't it? Kind of thing.
Yeah. And my biggest thing is I'm the biggest advocate for Christopher Nkunku. So probably 3 years ago when we first originally got linked with Timo Werner, I was saying, why aren't we getting this kid? This is the kid that we actually needed, the entire time. Yeah. And I'm just so excited to see him play. And in a game like this, where I think Newcastle is going to sit back and really try to hold their ground at their own home and probably hit us on the counter. I think Nkunku coming in the second half would be fantastic.
Yeah, Nkunku's a baller, man.
Yeah,
I'm excited. I feel sorry for him because he played well in the preseason, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Played very well. So,
yeah, and Marcus, the reason why everyone's so excited with him, just to kind of give you a breakdown of what this kid's capable of. 2 years ago, he went 30 and 20 in Bundesliga. 30 and 20, 30 goals, 20 assists.
Who done that?
Nkunku.
Bro, he's
the season before, season after, the season after that, 30 and 20. 30 and 20.
So he's got 30 goals and 20 assists in the Bundesliga.
Similar.
Yep.
Do you want to know what
only person
up for the Ballon d'Or? That's nuts.
Only person that outscored him that year was Erling Haaland, and then the following year, last year, the kid won the Golden Boot in a half of a season. He was hurt the first half of the season, came back and won the Golden Boot in the second half of the season.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And that's what they got coming back.
And that, I mean, obviously Haaland wasn't in the league that year. Either was Lewandowski.
Yeah.
So
get sandwiched by Saliba and Gabriel and be out again.
The kid is
or Romero and Van der Ven.
The kid is Ethan, go watch the last year Wolfsburg versus Leipzig and see what he did to that boy. He put that kid in a blender. I'm telling you, this kid is as good as it gets, especially dribbling wise, in the box dribbling, as good as it gets.
Finally, I've been a big fan of him for a while, isn't it? What I like is he's finally gonna get his props he deserves, isn't it? It's he's got the swagger and the skill of João Felix, but he's a lot more clinical and cutting edge in front of goal. So just be prepared to be excited. Be prepared to just enjoy it. It's gonna be mad.
He's the guy. There's few players still in this league that just can create a moment out of nothing.
Yeah,
and he's just one of those guys. Half turn shot, moment out of nothing, half chances. That's the type of player he is. So I'm really excited for him. I'm really excited because now also not only that is he's gonna get his chances to be able to do this because he's one of the older attackers in our front line. He's 26 compared to all the teenagers we have pretty much.
Yeah.
So
I call and he'll link up with Sterling, Alexa Sterling as well.
Dude, his link up with Jackson in the preseason was like what got pretty much all of the Chelsea fans like
excited.
in like a turn. Like it's like we haven't seen link up play like this in a minute. Like it just was beautiful to watch. So I would love this. And he hasn't got to play with Cole at all because he got hurt before we even got Cole Palmer. So now you're going to add Cole Palmer with Nkuku with Sterling, and that's a solid front. That's a solid three that you could put. Up against most teams, at least.
I agree.
Yeah, first. Hey, we're gonna close out, but it'd be interesting to see once he does come back. I didn't realize he had such impressive numbers in the Bundesliga. But yeah, we gonna find we gonna see once he is back. And like I say, Poch got a selection headache with Lavia going back because you got Lavia, you got Caicedo, you got Enzo. Gallagher's been playing. Obviously, he's been the captain at points, and then Nkunku adding on top of Sterling, Jackson, Palmer. So you got Madueke as well. So interesting to see how they look as well. But hey, large up everyone who is locked in. Big up. Like I say, whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back, hit the like button on the video and subscribe to the channel. Big Six Bands, people. Subscribe, keep a lookout. I believe there is a live stream tomorrow. And then, of course, on Sunday, you're going to get the roundup. And you know the roundup going to be good because someone's back. Liverpool City, so one of the big teams is going to lose. Obviously, Spurs back in action. Arsenal back in action, Manchester United and Chelsea all back in action because the Premier League is back. So yeah, it's going to definitely be an interesting conversation on that Sunday as well. But yeah, hit the like button, like I said, subscribe to the channel. Big up to everyone's in the chat. You lot are all real ones as well. And let's close this out. This has been Big Six Bands. Salute for locking in, people. Big up.
Gabriel's used for top goal scorer.